Now we're going to be putting some things together. Okay, so there's a certain way this stuff goes, and it yeah, it sort of matters, right? You got to get this stuff right. So first of all, I already mounted the Nano, so you don't have to watch me embarrass myself getting these tiny little screws in and struggling, right? Didn't want to capture that on video. Okay, so it goes Nano piece, which has the four inner holes here, right? And then it has the two twin pieces that go on top of it. Oh, should probably put it the right way with the button holes. Okay, right. So we got that here, right? And then you take the longer screws, 12 millimeter screws, and always use a washer. Washers are your friends. So washer, then screw, then push it through, and then we're gonna do the taller female to female standoffs. Okay, and we're gonna do this 4 times. And as I'm building this, I'm considering making the inner layers where the switch goes a little bit bigger so the switch goes in nicely. So probably when you guys watch this, the switch will go even easier than mine. Okay, so I've got these 4 layers connected together, right? Okay, kind of cool. Now if you set it on top of this holder here, you'll notice that it actually fits well, right? Like it gives you plenty of space here. Okay, next thing I want to do is add the buttons. So the buttons should slide in these holes pretty tight. As long as your laser cutter's in good condition here, they should fit pretty snugly. Okay, and so there they are. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my super glue and my accelerant here. If you don't have accelerant, I think you can drop water on it or baking soda. There's a ton of things you can do, but I use accelerant because I guess I have it. I also have water, but I know accelerant works pretty well. Okay, so I'm just gonna put a little dab on the top here of the button and on the sides, not on the pin sides. But yeah, I put that on there, and then I'm not gonna spray it. I don't like the way this stuff smells, so I'm just gonna pull the neck out here, right, and then dab the accelerant onto the super glue here, and I'll give it a few seconds because it cures fast. All right, so got that in. Okay, they're working. All right, perfect. Okay, safely recessed in there. All right, next thing I need is the switch. So pull out your gigantic box of switches and pick just a 2-pin one of these guys. And it should just plop right in here, right? You put it in and you push, and there it is. Now you got a power switch. Okay? And to make sure this stays, also, more super glue. So in the edges here, So hot glue also exists, but I don't trust it in cars because cars get really warm and can melt stuff, and that would suck that the day you need this, like everything sort of falls apart. So I do not use hot glue for this. I use super glue because of its high melt temperature and it's fast curing with accelerant. All right. Only a little ugly looking on the bottom. Not a big deal. Okay. Very good. All right. And now these pins, they extrude kind of far, right? So I'm just going to literally take these pins. Oh, the glue's not done curing. That's all right. I'll put more in. And because I put so much in, as it starts curing, it gets really thin and runny. So definitely going to angle it as I put the accelerant in. Okay. Trying to embarrass me on video. Okay. So I'll still give that a second to cure. Okay. Anyways, it's had plenty of time to cure. So I'm going to bend this out. I don't know if you can see that here. And bend this one out also. That way they don't get in the way of the batteries. Oh, here's everything else while we're looking. Kind of splattered the super glue there. Whatever. It'll work just fine. Okay. So that's looking good here. All right. Then what we're going to do is put some neopixels around this. So I've got 90. Well, I guess I'll put this in focus here. I've got 90 per meter neopixels here. There's also 144 per meter neopixels. There's also 60 per meter. Those are the popular ones. It doesn't matter what density you use. It just gets brighter or dimmer. But I'm going to take this. I'm going to start the wrap, sure, right up top, and just wrap it around. And I'll probably cut it one short just because I assume I'll be about one too long once I pull the adhesive off. So here we go. Gonna cut it at this point. Okay. So here's my strip. And I'm gonna peel the adhesive with the nails I don't have. There we go. Okay. And then I'm gonna start it on the long side in the middle-ish here. Something like this, centered. Okay. And then pull more of the backing off and squish it on. Okay. Pull more backing off. Pull it tight-ish. Squish it on, not like crazy tight. You can mess up the strip if you pull it too tight. But do a little more. Okay. Making sure to push it on. Definitely wants to come off for me. It's not liking sticking to this stuff. But we'll teach it. It'll learn to love sticking to this stuff. Okay, a little more pulled off. A little more. And there we go. Okay. So we somewhat got this on here, right? Okay. Now we got to make sure it stays on here. So again, our friend, the super glue. Okay, so it should work through the adhesive just fine. Yeah, we're gonna have to deal with that. But everything else, oh, I guess that's jumping up 2 up here. That's okay. We'll deal with it in just a second here. So what I'm going to start with is right over here and right over here by the gaps. I'm going to put some glue, some super glue there. Oh yeah, these are non-waterproof NeoPixels. Make sure you don't get the waterproof stuff. They're a pain to work with. Okay, looks like that's curing. I can let my fingers off now. Cool. Now on the other side, I'm going to do something similar here. A little bit of glue here. A lot of bit of glue, goodness. And then a couple drops of the accelerant. Okay. Let that cure. Okay, I'm going to flip it and do something very similar here. Okay, try to keep my fingers out. You might want to wear gloves. It's nice that I mentioned this like 5 minutes in the video. Should probably have it in the comments. Wear gloves when you're playing with super glue. Oh, whoops. Oh, no. Oh. My accelerant. That's all right. Ooh, that's how I lose most of my accelerant, by the way. Yeah, I still got plenty in the bottle. Okay. Whoops. Okay, back to it. So we're doing the bottom side of this. Okay. So a little bit of glue here, a little bit of glue here, and a little bit of accelerant. And we wait. Maybe a little more accelerant. There we go, okay. And that's all accelerant up here. That'll eventually dissolve. Okay, so that's looking good here. And then we'll do the bottom area here. So one big sloppy line of super glue. And then a couple dabs of accelerant. And let that go. Okay, and this not sticking? Yeah, we can work on that. So I'll push it in here and then get a little bit of glue in there. And then a drop. And wait a little bit here. Okay, that seems to be holding. I'm gonna flip it around, do the same thing. A little bit of glue, and then a drop. Oh. There we go. Okay, pushing it in. All right, and then we'll do that to this side over. Oh, guess it wasn't cured yet. Okay. See, we're having some attitude problems here. Not a big deal. Just add more. Then we'll wait a second here. Okay. Then we'll go to the back side and deal with the backside's attitude also. All right. There you go. That seems to be holding. Of course, it's a 24-hour full cure, so might not be as strong as it will eventually be. But I'll hit this side while I'm at it too. Nice long stroke. And a little bit of accelerant. And pushing it in here. I feel that I got a little on the tip of my finger. Not a big deal. Just have to roll my finger off instead of pull it off. There we go. Oh. Didn't get much at all. Okay. Never mind. Then do the same thing to this side. I shouldn't really need to push on this side. Just let it cure. All right, and here we go. We have the top piece constructed. So next video we'll be doing a little bit of soldering. And so yeah, so make sure to warm up your soldering iron for the next one. Thanks for watching.